everybody, welcome to day 2. We are going to be showing the construction today. So we are going to start with placing both of our front pieces right side up. So I have both these front pieces facing right side up. You're looking at the bottom of the cardigan where you have the top over on this end. Now I have placed clips where each of the notches are just so you can more easily see them in the video. So what you're going to do is grab the bottom 2 notches and then you are going to fold it up to meet the top 2 notches. And then you're just going to clip them into place. Now, if you are a newer sewer and you think that these pockets may shift as you're sewing, I recommend basting the side just here where the pocket is. That way you know that everything is enclosed and nothing is going to slip. Then we're going to repeat that with the other side, grabbing those bottom 2 clips, folding them up to meet the top clips. And this is how you're creating your pocket. And then we're just going to clip these into place. Once you've clipped your pockets into place, make sure that they are laying nice and flat, that you have all 3 layers flat, and that you are enclosing all 3 layers in your clip there at the side, just to make sure your pocket doesn't shift and you have it all squared away. Next, you're going to take your back piece, and that should have been cut on the fold, so you should have just one back piece. You're going to lay it over your front, and you're going to go ahead and clip these shoulder seams together, and then we're going to sew those. Now that the shoulder seams have been sewn, you are going to take your sleeve. Now you should have 2 mirror image sleeves. So at the front bodice, you'll have a single notch. At the back bodice, you'll have a double notch. And you will match up on your sleeve. You should have a notch right at the top, and this is going to meet your shoulder seam. Your single notch will match up to the front, and your back notch will match up to the back notch. And we're going to go ahead and pin and then sew both of these sleeves. So there's your center notch with your shoulder seam. You'll match up that back notch. So it won't lay perfectly flat to show you how it should look, but you will sew all along that arm opening, and then we'll repeat that on the other sleeve as well. Now that you have the sleeve sewn on, you're going to take your bodice pieces, your front pieces and your back piece, put them right sides together so that you're looking at the wrong side. You're going to line up where you attach the sleeve, so right there at the armpit, and you're going to place a clip or a pin there. Now, you should have a notch on your back piece. That will match up with the very top of your pocket or that notch that was right there. So you can match those and pin or clip there. I'll also match up my bottom. And then you should have a notch as well on the sleeve. So we're going to place a clip there when we match those up with the right sides together. Now, if you'd like to place additional clips, I do recommend putting some extra clips in here to be sure that your pocket doesn't shift. So you should be clipping through 4 layers. You've got your pocket, your front, and your back all together. So make sure that that is well clipped. And we are going to serge all the way from the wrist up to the armpit and down to the edge, and we're going to repeat that on the other side as well. Y'all, we are almost done with your cardigan. I have that set aside for right now because what we're going to do is we're going to take our 2 band pieces. Now, these are still on the fold. These are my 2 folded edges. These are my raw edges. I'm moving the top layer out of the way. I'm grabbing the 2 middle layers, and we are going to sew or serge together these short ends right here. All right, so now we're opening up the bands, and we're going to fold it wrong sides together to make this band look thinner here. So you're going to have your 2 raw edges, and this is the seam, which is going to match up with the back seam. So you're going to find the center of your back seam. Now, when I cut my pieces out, I automatically just put a little clip right at the center back, which is the fold, just so I know later on that it makes it a lot easier. You're going to match up that back seam, that seam in your band, to the center of the back, and you're going to place a clip so that you have all of those layers inside. You're going to continue folding your band in half. Now, right now, I am just placing a clip on all of the points where there was a notch marking on my band piece. So that is where I currently have clipped on my band piece, and we're going to repeat that with the other side in a minute. So when you are doing your band piece, the very first notch that you're going to have is going to match up with the shoulder seam. So I'm going to go ahead and pin that there. Now you shouldn't have any stretching at all. You shouldn't be stretching the cardigan or the band to meet. Your notches should all line up because this is a 1-to-1 ratio. So they should all just meet and be perfectly flat. So clip as you go as you're lining that up. And once you have your band all attached all the way around your opening, you're going to go ahead and serge all of that together. Okay, y'all, your cardigan is almost done. I told you this was a really quick sew. Now, the last step is going to be to do two things. Firstly, you're going to hem your sleeves, and you're going to hem the bottom. Now, if your band ended up a little bit longer than your cardigan, really simple. All you got to do is take a pair of scissors and trim that off to match up with your front before you hem it. So from here, all you're going to do is fold it under, do your hem all the way around the bottom, hem your sleeves. Now, the next step is optional, but I find that it helps my cardigan lay nice and flat. You can just use an iron and really quickly press around your band to get it to lay nice and flat. The one that I'm wearing here, I have actually top stitched. So what you're going to do is make sure that your seam allowance where your band is laying flat and against the front part of the cardigan, so that when you top stitch, you're enclosing that seam allowance all the way down. And the only part that I will caution you with if you're going to top stitch is to double check when you get to the pocket that you have it nice and flat right here, because as you're coming down, if your pocket shifts down and you top stitch it down, it's going to lay kind of funny. So make sure that you just have it nice and flat before you top stitch, and you can top stitch all the way around your band. And that is it. You guys are finished.